Hello everyone, good morning. Hope everybody is doing great. I hope everybody can see my screen. So in today's session, what we are going to see is it's one of our solution from the talent team. So how are we gonna approach this particular problem, what we are facing over the document transfers across the module, and what are the pain points do we see in day-to-day life with the talents and the candidates, and how are we, what does our solution provide? So this is what today's session is all about. Uh, Quickly, I'll walk you through the agenda. So the first thing is we're going to speak about few certain talent acquisition and HR trends. And for this year 2024, what HR trends are set, and are we on the right path? And how can our solution be incorporated into these HR trends? And then we'll move on to the problem statement. Like I said, what were the pain points? And with the pain points, what was the impact? And with that particular impact, the workaround of the solution, what we have pitched in, how much can that solution be, bring it to the table? So then we speak about the solution. We'll have a small system walkthrough, and then we'll speak about the benefits and values of this particular integration package, what we have built. And then finally, we will take the questions. Okay, so this would be today's agenda. Moving on, the first thing is like what I said, talent acquisitions and the HR trends for 2024, right? So what we know is over the period, the talents and recruiters, as well as the candidates and employees are face a huge amount of disruptions sometimes, and there are some timelines from planning to actions to keep shrinking while the imperatives increases, correct? So in this case, to help HR leaders better manage and lead during these times, we have identified certain set of few HR trends which will help us in shaping the 2024 in the workplace. So these are the four HR trends which we uh, specifically concentrate on this particular solution, not entirely, but it gives us hope that we are in the right path, right? So the first one is the enhancing candidate or talent experience, then the HR technology and the digital transformation, and the third one is AI and diversity and inclusion. Okay, I'll just give a brief cap over this. What do you mean by enhancing candidate and talent experience, right? So the candidate's experience is like one candidate's holistic perspective of their experience within the RCM process or outside the RCM process as well. When I say outside the RCM process, like the candidate experience is the uh, literally the result of every interaction they're going to have with the organization members throughout their talent acquisition process. So that's the reason we would say it's as a talent acquisition. And this interaction includes like all the stages of the hiring pipeline, right from the job application to screening to the interview and to the onboarding, and at the final stages of getting completely hired at the management hires, right? So eventually, every HR or the talent, uh, they there is an impact, right, uh, on their experience. What the candidate tries to keep engaging within the team, or like it's a great key to success, is what we are trying to say. So, like for example, enhancing the candidate experiences, like we have the quick apply approach, and it's enhancing the talent experiences that one of the job requisition auto approval routing what we brought into the picture. So these ways, in the daily basis, their experience, enhancing their experience improves a lot of effectiveness. It brings a good business to the firm. Okay. So going on to the next is the HR technology and the digital transformation. So here it's like how this trend explains, like, what do we say, how leveraging advanced technologies can streamline the entire HR process, and how much it can improve the efficiency, right? So, like by integrating different modules across the SuccessFactors suite, for example, our solution with the data transfers between EC, which is the position, to recruitment, again to the onboarding, then to the employee central. We do have job profile builder, which is a platform independent tool, which can be integrated to RCM. It can be integrated to PMGM, many other modules, right? So when we have this integration and the modules within speak to each other, we do face some roadblocks, or we do face some pain points in certain set of time. So that is when the manual intervention comes, and so not all the standard approaches would help to get this ring right. So with the data transfers and with minimal manual intervention, which will enhance the overall effectiveness of the HR operation. So this aligns with the growing emphasis on using technology to drive like all the HR efficiencies and improve users experience. Okay, so next is the artificial intelligence. I know 2024 is being all boom with our artificial intelligences, how it can be derived into our talent acquisition processes. So bringing this AI into a process, like it can decrease the time and effort required to like do the mundane task or the repetitive task, and make the hiring process very efficient and effective. Where we have, for example, in our TA process, there are SAP has invented with their SAP unit license. They have bought up with the Jules. So Jules, and there are generative AI descriptions and skills and matches, right? So with all this usage, it enables the HR team to focus on like sourcing, like supply management, recruiting, marketing, and other basic areas. So AI is in keen working, like it's gonna make the major impact over the years, and we are as equally excited as to see how much it can bring the experiences as fruitful as we think. And the last one is the diversity and inclusion. Yes, this is one HR trend. We would need to keep it as strong as it is with the bonds, and DEI and DEI, that is diversity, equity, and inclusion. So this have been receiving more visibility nowadays in recent times, right? So HR orgs are increasingly analyzing this entire employee life cycle through this diversity inclusion lenses. So DEI also offers an opportunity to connect the like the talent or the organizations who are their purposes with like diversity initiative. So this makes business very sensible as well, but is also the right thing to do. So that is where most of the clients are thinking into bring in the blind recruiting concept into them and pull it up. Okay, so these are the major trend-setting HR trends on the talent acquisition process. So let's see what part of the HR trends these are solution for today. The session is gonna bring it up. Okay. So first thing is before we speak about our integration package or the interface what we have built, how it is, what particular problem did it overcome, right? So we all know that in our current standard solution of SAP SuccessFactors, so there's always a limitation that uh, the transfer between the modules, which is from RCM to onboarding, or RCM to onboarding to EC, or onboarding to EC, the data transfer is only limited within the fields, but there is no option to transfer a document. So what happens when a document cannot be transferred, right? So this limitation can impact uh, it can impact in various aspects of the life cycle of the HR as well as the candidate here. So when we speak about this particular problem, it's not just from the HR front, it's also from the candidate or the employee front as well. So few of the problem statements are provided. So this limitation can impact various aspects of HR operation and employee lifecycle management, like we said. So what are those? Document transfer delays, correct? So like the standard integration, we know that it doesn't support the document transfer, which will cause delays in like the availability of essential employee documents in the central HR system. Like once the candidate is he would have already finished his background verification at the time prior to the offer or something. But there are certain documents which has to be also used after the candidate is hired or has been converted into an employee. Even at that particular point of time, if the documents are not available, so that would like causing that delay. It's not a good experience, right? And then next is manual intervention is required. That's correct. So without manual intervention, like additional steps from like as a talent or as a HR recruiter, I will have to go download the documents from the recruiting application, and then I have to just store it in a repository and then attach it when the candidate is completely hired, go back and attach it manually to the employee profiles, right? So with this manual intervention, there is like there is an increase in likelihood of having the errors, and it reduces the overall efficiency of the document management process. Okay, so which is a bit concern over here as well. Now, when I say manual, next one is the reduced efficiency and error-prone process. So, like we said, there are additional steps for downloading these documents, and they are like increasing the likelihood of errors and reducing the overall efficiency of the document management process, right? So, if we can reduce this, the error-prone process will improve the work of the quality of the talent acquisition as well. And from this, there are two experiences which are being poor, which is the recruiter's user experience and candidate's user experience. So the recruiter HR who are working on the high job vacancies volumes, they might be mass hiring, they might be campus hiring, uh, like who works on a say based on a manufacturing basis firm. So they need to perform all these tasks like onto their daily, leading like a tedious it leads to a tedious manual process, right? So not every HR can recognize over he can be monitoring 50 candidates on a mass opening, and then hardly 20 gets hired. So they have to keep track of all those 20 candidates. They have to download all the documents from there and then have it loaded. Or else the next part is the if the HRs or talents want to avoid this particular uh, step, what they do is they ask the candidate to load again the same documents, the same set of documents after the onboarding is also done. Correct. So once the employer record is created, all we ask as an employee is that could you please go to your employee profile and attach the police verification document, your medical document, your resume, not resume, at least your cover letter, all those manually. So this is again a poor candidate experience, because a candidate is already provided his documents at the starting stages of the recruiting management, at the time of his applying or at the time of his second application, what do we call as multi-staging application. He sets up he loads up all the data there, and again he or she has been asked to load all the documents again at the point of employee profile. So with this particular experience, right, it's not that collective. So we have a solution for this, so that we cover all the pain points what we discussed. So this is that we have an integration approach which will automatically transfer all the application documents from the recruiting management to EC. Okay. Uh, I'll quickly tell you what the solution, like as a talent team, what we have done. So, like I said, we have a certain set of integration packages built from our talent team. Uh, all these integration packages work efficiently. We have developed the solution to address this particular problem today, like by introducing an automated automated solution for monitoring monitoring this particular approach, where the documents are extracted from the RCM and have been uploaded to the employee central and will be appearing on the employee profile. So to implement this solution, we might need SAP cloud integration. I mean, the prerequisites, what do we want is cloud integration, intelligence services, recruiting management, and employee central. Okay. So these are the basic prerequisites what we have. So I'll quickly walk you through the system. I already have a data set up. So I'll just show you what the system can bring in. Let me quickly go back to the instance. Okay, now I have logged into the system. So as a recruiter who is Savok, I will log into the system. So as such, I'll just go to my recruiting dashboard and look on to that one of the requisition, which is 3022. Okay. So at the time of applying for this job, as a candidate here, Danush is one of the candidate who has applied for this particular job. So Danush has applied for this job, and he has attached a set of documents at the application level. Okay, we can control this. Either this document collection can happen prior offer or after the offer. Especially it depends on the client solution where they want to put it between, if it can be done prior the background verification or anything. Like it depends on the talent pipeline setup, how the solution has been built for respective clients. So if you see here, Danush has attached a certain set of documents here, which is passport front and back. We have national ID attachment, medical document, and police verification document. Okay. So just for our demo purpose today, we are using these four document types here. And if you just check if all the documents are like, we tried with all the formats. So if you see, we have used the PPT format, and we have used a PDF format. We have used a .txt and PPTX. Also, a Word document can also be is also possible, which is what we have under the resume. Okay, so these are the different types of all the documents we have explored, and we have uh, run our test case scenarios to this particular approach, particular solution. And one thing to be noteful of, the file size. So the file size, the file document transfer, the file size is always up to 10 MB, whatever the success factor standards allow a user to load the file, to upload the particular document, everything. So that would be the minimal size of document transfer between across the modules. Okay. You can see here, it is, I have already initiated the onboarding for this candidate here. So I have also completed the onboarding process for Dhanush here, and also completed the review new hire step, and then personal data collection step, and also document signature is done. And then from there, the candidate was available at the manage pending hire step. In the manage pending hire step, all the details, like all the basic details were all filled. And then the candidate was uh, about to get hired. And that is when we run a particular uh, job in the back end in the provisioning, which is called as convert external user on date. And this job is like automatic. We can schedule this job, right? Like it runs every 1 hour or anything. So once we have this conversion of this external to the uh, external user on the start date, then the candidate immediately gets hired, and he will be available in our employee file. So let me quickly go to the employee file. Let me show you as Dhanush. Okay, I should not be as a recruiter. Rather, I'll just log in as my admin. Just for the demo purpose, I have granted the permissions for the admin. So quickly, I'll go to employee file. So you see a list of portlets, right? So We have also introduced one of the portlet at the bottom, at the right corner, called as recruiting document. And once you click on those recruiting documents, you can see all the documents which are part of the integration which we have linked will map here once the candidate is hired. Resume, docx, cover letter PNG, passport is in .ppt format, PDF format, doc format, and PNG. So what happens is, like we said, we are using the intelligence services along with the CI integration with it. And with this particular approach, the documents have been transferred from the RCM to EC without any manual intervention. Okay. So yes, there we go. We have seen the solution, what it brings here. We know the document transfer was like quick, and it was almost a real quick time moving it once the integration and the intelligence service works together. Like, what about the values and the solution? I mean, what are the values this solution is bringing to our on the table, right? The first thing is, this particular solution, what it is tailored to the organization, like our solution allows like you to align specifically with your unique requirements. So we can like cater to specific documents. There is no limit. We can also have like all SF supported document types and data mappings that are like crucial for the HR process. And then finally, uh, enhanced efficiency. Yes, like automation through this solution like streamlines the transfers of the documents, right? Reducing like manual effort. There is zero manual effort. And once we say there is a zero manual effort, and we have the likelihood of errors is like very minimal. So this can lead to increased efficiency in the HR process related to the document management and also employee onboarding, correct? So flexibility and adaptability. Yes, we are how much flexible enough we can adapt to the changes in the business process, like with the different document formats, what we shown, and according to system updates. And as per the organization evolves, this solution can also be adjusted to accommodate the new requirements. So it's basically a plug and play solution. You can use it. So that's the main reason why we are saying it's an adaptability, right? And when it comes to the cost effective, yes, it's very cost effective alternative, especially compared to purchasing and implementing the additional third party solutions. It allows us to allocate like resources according to the specific needs, right? And also the budget constraints. So it saves a lot of time for HRs and recruiters from this manual document transfer, which improves their productivity and contributes towards this, whatever the cost effectiveness is. The next one is scalability. Yes, like we said, as the firm grows or the organization grows, the like this solution can also like scale to be handled, like which increases the document transfer volumes and additional functionalities as well. So the scalability for any solution or any product we built, right? It is very important for accommodating like business expansion and also their requirements changing in day-to-day manner, or not a day-to-day manner, uh, over the period, right? And then the last one is the ownership and the control. Yes, with the solution, right? When we say we provide the best ownership and control to yourself, because if as a client, if you have some SF experts in your team, then you may have the full control over its maintenance and evolution. Like the after the implementation part, your SF expert, like an integration expert, can maintain this particular tool and they can evolve it accordingly. So this level of control like can be empowering for IT teams and aligns with the organizational strategic goals. So with all this, right, like being a cost effective, scalable ownership and the control with the plug and play, and we give the best experience for the candidates and the talent. So overall, we are actually bringing the digital transformation into the HR trends, adapting the best experience to both of them. So overall, our solution here, it aligns with the trend of enhancing the HR technology infrastructure to improve the efficiency, support the strategic talent management, and provide a better experience for the employees. So this is where we say our solution has been part of the best trendsetter for this medium. So we did have a few of the other packages also discussed in our previous webinars, where we had the set of auto approval system for the job requisition. We had the SharePoint transfer documents to the SharePoint as well. So this is the next level of bringing the document transfer solution between across the modules. And like I said, this particular transfer of document or the integration can be done from RCM to onboarding to EC scenarios, as well as directly from RCM to EC as well. Okay. I believe this particular session would have given you more information or what our integration package would bring onto the table. If you have any questions, please go ahead. We have our integration expert, Alim, as well in the call. For any queries of yours, we are happy to answer.
Hanish, I think I got a direct question. To implement this solution into our systems, what would be the effort estimate?
That's a good question. Basically, to get those particular interface and integration, like we said, if the prerequisites are already on the form, like if the client has an RCM and employee central in place, and the intelligence services already in part of the package, and with the CPI into it, so the effort estimate to build this particular interface and solution would take around 10 to 15 days. When we say 10 to 15 days, it involves the development into your dev instance, testing, and then cut over to the production as well. So it will take up to 10 to 15 days.
Thank you so much for answering. I hope that answered your question. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop it in the chat box. I see a couple of hands raised up. Please let me know if you want to talk, and then I can allow directly. I'm allowing you to talk, so I've gone ahead and unmuted. So please feel free to talk.
Hi, Hanish. This is Vish here. So I did
Hi.
see that there were a few documents that you captured in the application stage, which could be your national ID, it could be your resume, so is this piece also dealing with offer letter is my first question. And with respect to the second question, we do understand that between the recruiting and the EC space, we have onboarding as a layered module. So say in a given instance, if the candidate did upload a wrong document ID, so is there an opportunity for the candidate to actually correct in the onboarding stage? Because we do understand that the onboarding stage is a pre-day one activity or a check of a lot of things before the candidate gets hired. So would your solution help correct the right document in the onboarding stage? And if so, then how? So the source, what is the source? The source would be recruiting, or would the source be onboarding is the question to transfer the documents into the employee profile.
Thank you. Thanks for the question. So there were two parts of the question here. The first question is about the offer letter. So in this case, the solution explores between the standard documents as resume, cover letter, and other application documents. The offer letter is also possible. Since it's part of the standard document which is available in our one of the entity, but with this particular approach, we haven't tried on it. But we do have the custom solution, like if an offer letter, a signed offer letter, or it might be a docu-signed offer letter, if you can attach it as one of the custom application document there, it can be like transferred directly to the employee central. Okay. Second question about the documents, a wrong document loaded by a candidate, can it be replaced at the point of onboarding? The answer is no. The solution is basically the sources from the recruitment to EC directly. So the candidate has to recorrect themselves on the probably prior to the onboarding status or before they get completely hired. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there's another hand up by Zishan, so unmuting, and I'm gonna unmute Alim as well.
Can you hear me? Hi.
Hello. Hi, Zishan. How are you doing?
Hi. Thank you very much. It was really a good information for all of
Thank
us.
you.
Is it possible for you to share it with recording? Can you share the recording with us? It was useful. That's why I just wanted to review it. I was busy in some other task during the meeting. That is why. Is it possible for you?
Yes, actually, I can share it to you by probably you'll receive it by today EOD or tomorrow latest.
Really, thanks a lot.
No
Thank
worries.
you, Zishan.
Alim, you wanted to add something?
Yeah. Hi, Vinisha, can you hear me?
Yes, sound.
Yeah. So just addition to what Hanish answered to Wish question. So Wish, regarding onboarding to Employee Central, so we have another solution. So the solution which Hanish represented is from recruiting to Employee Central. But there is another solution where we transfer onboarding to Employee Central. So generally what happens in this standard scenario, onboarding to Employee Central, the sync will happen, the standard sync will happen only for standard fields and portlets and documents. But when it comes to custom fields and custom portlets, there we have a solution which will transfer from onboarding custom fields and portlets to Employee Central custom fields and portlets. Okay.
That's great. But to understand this, right? So you have certain set of documents that you happen to collect in the recruiting stage. And again, you have another set of documents that you are collecting in the onboarding stage. So now you're telling me that you have two solutions, possibly running parallel or separate from each other, wherein the source are two different spots and you are pointing to a target in certain space of a custom portlet in Employee Central. Is that what you mean?
Yes, so in Employee Central, we will have two separate portlets. One can be called as recruiting documents, what Hanish showed you. And there can be another portlet, which can be called as onboarding documents. Hanish, can I request you to share your screen and same candidate, you can show the onboarding portlet? Yeah. So this is the onboarding portlet where the documents and data is coming from onboarding area.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Vish.
Yeah.
See another hand up by Roma.
Hi, Oma. Good morning, good afternoon.
Roma, I've unmuted you, so feel free to talk if you want.
You able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. So I have a question like in some scenarios, customer asks like whatever documents we are collecting during recruiting stage, the same should appear in the onboarding as well while do the new data hire review step. So is that a possible solution? Like, is that any package you developed where we can take the documents to onboarding then to Employee Central?
Hi, Roma. Hanish, I would like to answer that. So
Please go ahead, Ali.
Yeah, what happens, Roma, when the onboarding process starts? There is no standard in the standard area. There is no facility to sync recruiting documents, and if I have to push the recruiting documents to onboarding custom areas, that is not allowed, because the custom screen or custom area is enabled only when candidate comes to play the role, like when he logs in into his form and start attaching the documents, then only this particular placeholder is enabled by SuccessFactors. So basically what I mean to say is, during runtime, we don't have access to API level where we can push recruiting documents to onboarding. Yes, after onboarding is submitted and after the conversion happens to SuccessFactor, then we can do some arrangement over there.
So to
Okay.
answer your question, there is no integration yet. We can build between the RCM to onboarding because of the custom data collection step. What do we have? It's completely a candidate login. Not yet. It's been a part of the SuccessFactors login. Only when the particular employee is completely part of the portlets, that is when we can do the transfers. So yeah, that's the answer.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Any more questions? If not, I think, Hanish, thank you so much. It was a wonderful session, informative, short and sweet. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us at talentteam.com or info@talentteam.com. And I will just make sure that Hanish answers them, and then we'll revert back to you. You will be getting the recording probably by today. Until we see you with the next webinar, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anish. Thank you very much.